Hi, my name is Mark Nemeth. I'm the technical advisor for the Escapees RV Club. I've been helping RVers solve their technical problems for more than 20 years. I also write a column called the RV Gadget Box, where I test and review neat and useful RV gadgets. That's how I came to find out about the Fridge Defend by ARP. I had the opportunity to fully test this little gadget, and I was very impressed with what it does. Quite simply, it protects your RV fridge from the most common causes of failure. This video will demonstrate how the Fridge Defend by ARP protects your investment by keeping your RV fridge running like new. The Fridge Defend keeps your fridge boiler operating within safe limits, and there's no other device that can make this claim. If your RV has a Dometic or Norcold refrigerator, there will be an access panel on the side of the RV. Opening this panel will show the fridge cooling unit. You will see a boiler housing either on the left or right side of the compartment. This boiler housing is generally a sheet metal cylinder holding insulation with an electric heater coming out of the side and an LP gas burner assembly at the bottom. Let's remove the sheet metal boiler housing that holds the insulation and also the red flue tube. Now, all that's seen is the black boiler tube and the electric heater. Let's zoom in on the boiler process tube and the electric heater. The zoom is actually a cross-section of the boiler to show what occurs inside the boiler. Starting from the outside of the boiler, black is the boiler process tube, blue is the rust prevention layer, and inside is a photo of an actual Dometic or Norcold boiler that has failed. Please note that there are black spots in the boiler photo. These spots are rust pits that ultimately cause the refrigerator to fail. Now we will remove the photo of the failed refrigerator in order to demonstrate how the heart of your fridge works. The boiler process. The orange fluid within the boiler is called the working fluid. This liquid is a mixture of water, ammonia, and the rust preventer. Keep an eye on the Fridge Defend boiler temperature gauge. We start the refrigeration process by turning one of the heaters on. The heat is then transferred into the center of the boiler tube where the pump assembly is located. Ammonia, which has a lower boiling point than water, begins to boil off and is represented as a purple gas. The purple ammonia gas is separated from the orange working fluid, leaving a yellow fluid that we call the weak solution. The temperature will continue to rise to the normal boiler temperature. When the boiler hits its normal temperature, the yellow weak solution liquid is being separated from the flow of orange working fluid. Within the center boiler pump, the purple ammonia gas fills the bell-shaped accumulator. Once the accumulator is filled, the purple ammonia gas overflows into the center percolator pump tube. The accumulator produces large bubbles of ammonia in order to start the fluids flowing in the system without producing excess heat. Notice that each ammonia gas bubble pushes a little weak solution liquid up the pump tube. The yellow weak solution liquid will drop down once it exits the pump tube, and the purple ammonia gas rises up to perform the refrigeration process. The heat source at the boiler drives the refrigeration process by distilling and separating the fluids. This also provides the pumping action. The Fridge Defend will measure normal refrigeration temperatures if this process is working normally. Now that the normal refrigeration process is understood, we'll show you how the flow of fluids can be disrupted, leading to a lack of cooling within the fridge or possibly even failure of the fridge itself. If the ammonia is not returned to the strong solution in the boiler, then there is nothing to drive the bubble pump. There are many reasons why the ammonia may not return to the boiler. A partial list includes off-level operation, such as climbing long hills, or a stay at a rest area or store, or having a roadside emergency, such as a flat tire. High ambient temperatures or strong winds can prevent air circulation. You can have the failure of a heat source, and freezing temperatures can also cause this problem, just to mention a few. When the ammonia stops boiling, the temperature rises and the bubble pump stops. The Fridge Defend detects the no-flow condition by the rise in temperature, and it turns off the heat, thereby preventing the destructive chain reaction that leads to fridge damage. The Fridge Defend will restart the fridge when it is safe. Without the Fridge Defend, the temperature will rise until the water in the system begins to boil. The water boiling has two effects. One is that the steam increases the internal pressure of the cooling unit. The second effect is that the fluid next to the heater is reduced, and this in turn concentrates the rust prevention chemical and causes it to precipitate out of solution. The rust prevention agent forms crystals, which changes the rust prevention agent so it can no longer protect the cooling unit from internal corrosion. The level of the light blue water is further reduced, and the temperature reaches dangerous levels. The boiler warps due to high internal pressure combined with warping due to heat. This results in cracking and flaking of the dark blue rust preventative layer, protecting the black boiler tube. Now let's zoom in on the boiler tube, where rust pitting is promoted by the loss of the rust prevention agent in solution combined with the loss of the rust prevention layer. Rust pits form which further weaken the cooling unit, and this is all due to runaway temperatures. Thus, the final blow is twofold. When the metal is stressed due to excessive heat and weakened by rust, the fridge is destined for failure. The Fridge Defend by ARP breaks the first link in the chain of destruction. If the water in the system is not allowed to boil, the fridge remains reliable due to preservation of the rust protection and low thermal stress. Can your fridge live without the Fridge Defend by ARP?